We were 40 miles from Albany, forget it I never shall. What a terrible storm we had one night on the Erie Canal.
Hi, this is Jack Beyer, your American Narrowboater. Vlog 12. The journey begins Waterloo to Seneca Falls. And that's where we're going on the first half day of our journey. Let me show you what that journey is going to look like on the map. We saw this in a previous vlog. This is the Erie Canal from Buffalo to Albany. I'm going to turn on marinas, I'm going to turn on canal amenities, and now I'm going to select the Seneca Canal. Let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, one more click. Wonderful. Okay, right here, if I click on this symbol, you'll see that the Hidden Harbor Marina is where we're going. Hidden Harbor Marina, and that is where Low Bridge Charters leaves from here, and that is where we picked up our boat. And today we're going to travel from there down through Waterloo to Seneca Falls. Just a short half-day trip, which gives us time when we get to Seneca Falls to acclimate and maybe do some touristing stuff. And if I turn on the locks, you'll see I've got one lock between where I pick up the boat and Seneca Falls itself. Okay, now let's get the video out and show you what that really actually looks like. First, let's get in the car. We're in the car now with my two brothers. We set out from Syracuse around 11 o'clock, 12, and we're headed to the Hidden Marina. Okay, here we are. Hidden Harbor Marina.
Oh, let's show off that sun.
I got to show the folks what it looks like. I'm going to turn sideways. Whoop.
This is not exactly a...
This is not a scenic tour.
No.
No, but this is the Hidden Harbor Marina, and we're going to be picking up the Sunflower. It's the single boat in the fleet for this hire company, but it's the largest of this class, of the Lockmaster class. And as we come in, it starts to look like a graveyard of boats.
Yes, I think our boat is the only one that actually floats.
Well, let's hope. Yeah, you can see, here's the graveyard of boats here. Oh, there's the Poco Loco.
What is this over here?
Oh my God, you talk about a graveyard. There it is.
Why does he have all this crap?
Yeah,
Here yet.
it's not here yet. But there's that boat that you see in the distance. That's the Seneca Canal. And the water flows from right to left, I believe. And it's coming down from Lake Seneca, the Seneca Lake, down to Kyoga Lake. Well, folks, this is Jack Beyer, your American Narrowboater, about to start our trip on the Sunflower. What you're looking at is the Seneca Canal. And I'm panning down to show you the boat that we'll be on. And there she is. The Sunflower.
Hey Greg? Yeah.
It's
See that blue hose and the white hose? Could you pull that over to the boat, to the bow? Yeah.
This is where the owner lives,
Is this the crew?
Gary.
This is the crew, yes.
I'm Bob, Brother Bob,
Brother Bob?
Brother Jeff. I
Jeff.
am a much younger brother. Much younger.
You're the baby?
Happily.
And that's Gary, and I'm Jack behind the camera. But Gary knows I've already introduced myself.
Oh, okay.
So what can you tell us about the Sunflower, Gary?
It needs fuel. And water.
Gotcha. And that's what he's getting, huh?
Yep, that's getting the water. The inside is clean. I finished that part, but I'll tell you the story after
Okay.
I'm
You got
done
a stern
filming.
light that's broken.
Yeah, I noticed. They also tried to go under. Somebody did. 2 customers ago tried to go under a bridge that wasn't lifted. They bent my light tower, my light mast.
Oh.
Do you have a third bicycle?
I do have one.
Good.
It hasn't been used, and I have to pull it out of the shed. But I do, yeah.
Cool.
So it's 44 feet long,
Right?
8 feet wide,
It's 9.
9 feet wide.
9-foot beam. Yeah.
And how much water does it draw?
It's 2 feet.
Okay. Do you have to have anodes put on the steel so that to inhibit the rust?
You do, and it does have it. We're not in salt water, so we don't have the same problem that boats in the ocean water do.
Uh huh.
Yeah, we've got them.
Can I go down this way?
Sure.
So do you have to blacken the hull every once in a while?
Every 2 years. Every 2 years.
And you pull it out over here at Hidden Marina?
I own that. No, my pit isn't actually deep enough or long enough to handle the boat, so I take it up to Inland Marine.
Uh huh.
A friend of mine, Rob, and I'll store it there before
Gotcha.
I paint the bottom. And
So do you pull it out each winter?
yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
Well, thanks. We're talking to you later.
All right.
Okay, we're stepping down now off the stern into the first cabin. I tried to use my pocket, but my pocket just wouldn't handle the light changes. This is the first cabin. It's a queen, or at least a double-sized bed. Storage underneath, storage above. I got my skipper's bob right there. Let's see, over here we have a sink with my docket in it. A little closet for hanging clothes. Behind here
I thought you started the instructions.
is, I'm just doing a tour now. Then here is the loo for the back cabin.
Don't actually do that.
And it's a pump out. Then,
Here.
Well,
I saw it, yeah. Then here's the second cabin. Bunk beds. My brothers want that. I think they're nuts. But you can see there's shelving up in front of them. There's a hanging closet. On this side, you've got another sink for this cabin. And then behind door number 3, you've got a pump out loo and full shower. Then we come up to the galley. I'm being pushed from behind. It's got a 3-hob stovetop and the full oven. Stainless steel sink. It's got a refrigerator down below. Storage area there. Over here you've got storage area for your pots and pans. You've got a drawer. This table converts to a double berth. We'll find out how that works later. This is the phone to call the lockmasters. And you can see the lock keepers, I should say. And then there's 110 outlet. There's a 110 outlet by each vanity. It could use some more, and it could use some USBs, but they're not on this boat. Now we're at the end. Here we have a vacuum cleaner, 2 fans, and some charcoal. Here are the important things. Our Balvenie double wood, some Josh wine, some Glenmorangie. We're well stocked. Oh, what is this lovely look? Oh, Woodbury Reserve double barrel. Oh, if you like bourbon. Oh, and there's some gin. We're gonna be all ready. I'm assuming the water tank is underneath the floor. Here's the well deck. It's got a crash cover all the way around. It's canvas on the top, but it's got a wooden frame, and all of the windows have this plastic cover as well as the screens. And then there's drawers on both sides for your ropes and anchors and so forth. Well, we're on our way. We're on the Seneca Canal, and ahead of us, I believe that may even be our first lock. No, not sure what it is, but it's about 3:15 in the afternoon. We had a delightful time talking to Gary Ezel, who owns the boat and owns the property.
And he was just full of good advice and good lore, and it was just a good time. So we spent probably a lot more time than we needed to, but we still enjoyed it. We're going to have to cut back on what we see in Seneca Falls, but our goal is still make it there tonight. So of the stuff that Gary said, what hit you the most? Of the stuff that Gary told us, what hit you the most?
Now we got to pump out every night.
Yeah, unlike an English canal boat that you can pump, maybe sometimes let go for a week, and normally it has a fill volume on it, this doesn't. It only has a 40-gallon or 20-gallon holding tank, so we got to pump it out each night. How about you, Bob? What hit you?
The panic switch.
What was the panic switch?
It's a switch that does nothing. He just hits it to make him feel better.
Oh, that's right. There's a switch on here. When we asked him what it does, and what Gary said was, it relieves stress. And they flipped it, and he said, see, I'm full of stress. And then he flipped it again, and see, I'm stress-free. Unfortunately, my cameras were all out of battery, so I couldn't film him saying that. But we just finished having probably 2 hours of that kind of repartee with Gary. And some of it I've got on film, and we'll be able to enjoy it later.
Where did he say that boat key was?
The boat key's down on my bed, I thought he said.
On your bed?
Yeah, it's just right. It's hanging on the hook.
The boat key that Jeff's referring to is for the holding tanks, to open the holding tanks, to open up the water at the various mooring spots, and to get access to the water and electric. Thanks, Jeff. My brother Jeff just pointed out the towpath. I forgot. There is a towpath on the Erie Canal. It's actually on both sides. I don't know about the Geauga Seneca Canal. I know it's there. You just saw it. On this side, it's all private property. A lot of private homes, and it doesn't look like there's a canal towpath there at all. We're now in Waterloo.
Quite the garage is back.
Wow, it must be some kind of a machine shop or some kind of a commercial building.
Should I toot the horn?
No, I wouldn't toot the horn. Block, or whatever you want to call it, or ducks, all up underneath the marshes. Yeah.
This guy Gary was telling me about all the damage that the renters do to his boat.
Yeah,
Who pays for all that?
he does.
Sure.
He pays for it. It's all built into his insurance and built into his rate. What Jeff was talking about is Gary was talking about the renter the two previous renters.
By RPM.
They both ran the RPM by their own admission. They were running the engine at 22 RPM. And at 22 RPM, some of the seals get stressed. And it caused issues both times. And he had to, the last part he couldn't get it out of Seneca Falls. So he had to go down to Seneca Falls today with the mechanic, get it fixed and bring it back. So we're going to be extra careful, guys. Nothing over 18 or 1900 RPM. So we're at the first lock. You can see how large they are from here. There's a boat down below that's trying to come east. So he is draining the lock now. I called ahead on the radio, and he said we have to wait here for about 15 minutes. So as you can see from the water, we have a bit of a wind, and it's blowing us all over the canal. So I'm going to put us on hold for a little while. We have to wait till the other boat goes in. He closes up the door, floods the lock, and then he opens it up. That boat will come out, and we'll then go in, and I'll film it then.
Green. We're green. We're
Okay.
green. You see a green?
Yeah, right there to the right of the lock, of that blue post, there's a green light. But you can see we're going down on the lock, and I'm just doing a 360 on you. This particular lock is equipped with cables. All of the locks have either cables, ropes, or pipes. Instead of using our gloves, which is what most people use, we just have boat hooks. And so we got a boat hook on the back pipe as we're going down, just to hold us up against the lock wall. In front, there's another pipe. You can just see it up there. Normally, Brother Jeff would be there with his boat pole holding on to that. But in this particular case, I'm controlling us up against the lock with the bow thrusters. Just wanted to show you. Also on this lock, they do have ropes. So if you wanted to, you could hold onto one of these ropes to keep you against the side. And again, that's why you want to use gloves. Okay, we're coming into Seneca Falls. You can begin to see the harbor up ahead. Oops, I'm sorry for all that tilting and screwing around. I'll edit that out. We're coming into Seneca Falls. You can see it up ahead. And I'm going to go now and stop for a while and take it into port. And you'll hear from me again after we're there. I believe this bridge that's coming up it's a Wonderful Light bridge. I'm pretty darn sure. It may be the Bridge Street Bridge, but I think it's a Wonderful Light bridge. The one after it is the Oakland Street Bridge, and we're going to be mooring right there, so you can see where we're mooring up ahead. You see that the white boat between that boat and the boat behind it? That's where we're going to come in.
This is a drone shot courtesy of Jared Genova. I met him towards the end of the day. He was just packing up his drone and walking away, and I asked if he had any drone shots he could share, and this is one of them. What a nice guy, and what a beautiful photography. Our boat's the first one you see on the left. We had an adventure finding that slot, and you're seeing downtown Seneca Falls. It's a great shot. I've got some more of his drone shots.
Well, we're tied up at the town dock, but now we find out that these docks don't have any electric power. Bob and Jeff are way down there looking to see if they can find a plug-in place. And we'll move the boat down there, but no, it doesn't look like it. So that's it. Now, we do have plenty of places on that side, but that side is away from everything. So my brothers don't want to do that side.
Well, we know we had to tie up and have a power outlet, but there weren't any on the north side where we wanted to moor. But then we ran into this company. These are the sister boats to the one that we have, only these are like 10 times nicer because they have air conditioning and they've all been recently refurbished. They offered to let us berth in front of them, and they had an electrical splitter so that we could both run our power landlines off of the same power point.
Okay, so we moved to the head of the queue. The boat behind us is letting us have a splitter, so we're going to use the same power point that they have. And these boats are made by the same company that made the boat that we're in. They're a little wider. They're 12 foot wide, so that's a wide beam narrowboat right there that we're looking at. It's a lot nicer boat than this. Made by the same company, by the same family, the Wiles family, and $3,500 for a week. Hi, this is Jack again. This is the couple that is behind us. This is their granddaughter in the middle, and I guess your sister is here too, but she's disappeared. They're from Maryland, but the two young girls are from Minnesota, and they've come down here for a week. Now, I'm going to come down so you don't have to spend. How's that? What they're doing is the opposite direction. They're going to go up to Seneca River, to Seneca Lake,
and down to Watkins Glen. We're going to end up at Watkins Glen. We're staying at Sampson on the way down, and then down at the village dock at the end in Watkins Glen, and then come back up to Sampson and come back here.
Tell them what they're going to... This is for mainly an English audience, because we do this in England, and they're called narrowboats. What you have in England would be called a wide beam, which is double the size of a narrowboat. Narrowboats are 6 feet 10 inches, but the wide beams are over 12, and that's what yours is.
Yes, this is
12 wide, 42 long.
Wow. Is this the first time you've done one?
Oh, yes.
Oh, so what was it like when you were here in the harbor trying it out?
It was all right. We have been practicing, and we're going through the lock tomorrow morning with Mike, thank goodness.
Oh, wow. Is he driving or steering?
I'm steering. He's going to guide us.
That's neat. That's neat. So what have you seen in Seneca Falls? Anything?
Well, we've walked around. We went to a yard sale today.
And?
A city yard sale.
And we went to a store by women-made products.
Come on.
They only sell products made by women.
Wow. Did you do that trail that has all the statues on it?
No, we haven't
Well,
done
we
that.
didn't women's, is that the women's?
Yeah, that's probably part of it.
Part of it, but then the rest are just, very attractive statues.
Yeah.
It's on the other side of that bridge.
We'll be back here next Thursday.
Ah,
And our goal is to go up, have you been up this way?
that's what we do tomorrow.
To the Montezuma. We're going to go to the Montezuma area, and then we're not going down Cayuga Lake. Originally, we were going to. I'm from here. I'm from Ithaca.
Oh, wow.
And so, but I haven't been back here in 50 years. But we were.
So did you go to Cornell?
No, I didn't. Yeah, our son-in-law did.
Okay.
But anyway, we were going to go down there, but it's 40 miles.
Yeah, it is 42, yeah.
And we couldn't find very many places to stay down there.
Okay, here's something that you can answer and only you. I always called it Cayuga Lake. How does it supposed to be pronounced?
Well, we always said Cayuga, but I think the Indian pronunciation is Cayuga.
Cayuga.
Yeah.
Okay. I sometimes called it Kyoga because I hear these people on the vlogs. They just drop that first syllable and just Kyoga.
But it's beautiful. But I think that we think that this goal. Now, did you go all the way down Seneca Lake?
No, we started in Waterloo at an old beat up of a marina. And the guy that owns the marina owns that boat. And that's the only boat he's got running this year. He didn't even open his marina.
Oh, wow.
Oh, so where do you plan to go, may I ask?
Yeah, we're going to try to make Rochester.
Okay.
If we can't make it, if we go beyond that, fine. But your guy, what was his name? Mike. He was so kind. He said, move your boat up here and cut it in front of you. Because if we hadn't, we would have been hard pressed. We couldn't have been on the right side of the canal. So he was a gem. But he said we have to watch the oil pressure. He said, be careful about your boat because there have been problems with the engine.
Oh, does he know that boat?
Yes, he knows all these boats. He is so smart, that guy. So talented.
Oh, yes. Well, yeah, how long do you plan to take to get up to Rochester?
3 days to Rochester, 3 days back.
Okay. Because is that Fairport or is it beyond there?
It's beyond Fairport.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just past Palmyra.
I worried a little bit about traffic and stuff with our first time.
Did you get a skipper's bobs? Oh, that's the navigation thing for the lakes.
The book? Oh, yes, we did.
That's a gem. Oops, I'm being called.
Well,
Hey, thanks. I hope you guys have a real good time.
Thank you.
And American Narrowboater.
I had run into that family, and he was so proud. They're so happy because once a year they get to spend 2 weeks with their granddaughters, and I'm sure that their parents also have a good time when they don't have their granddaughters there. But at this point, let's call it a day, and we're leaving Seneca Falls. As we do, night is falling. You see that beautiful building behind you. Used to be a spinning mill. Now it is the home for the National American Women Hall of Fame. And we hope to tour that while we're here. Meanwhile, if you wish to see the rest of these adventures on the Erie Canal, tomorrow we will be heading up to the Erie Canal. If you liked the video, please click the like button down below and leave comments if you've got any kind of questions at all. And also click the subscribe button. Now the notification key that you see, that bell, if you hit that, you'll be notified when we do the next vlog. Until then, this is Jack Byer, your American Narrowboater,